It's your turn, sir.
All right, all right. I know it's kind of challenging. You're a busy person, and but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. I know that you had a few people on, so I wanted to make sure that they hear from you as well. So thank you for taking that time. Um, Really, today I want to make sure that everybody understands. This is a brief overview of the program, right? That we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about tokenized real estate. We're going to talk about, what's so important about tokenized real estate that, somebody has invited you to take a look at this. They were probably was excited, and just like myself and a few others here, we already have some great members on that I will definitely reach out to and let you guys hear from them as well. So definitely sit back, relax, and just soak it up. And I don't want to get into a detailed Q&A, but I do want to make sure that you get your questions answered. Something, if there's something that you need clarified as we present through the next 30-35 minutes. And then I want to make sure that that information is as clear as possible so that you can kind of go back, do your own kind of personal research. You can talk with the person that invited you, but you'll at least have a good foundation. And I'm going to try to cover all of the parts that most people want to know when they're just at least trying to make that initial decision to see if they want to benefit from this as well. Right. So we want to keep it kind of in that context so that the people that came here to hear that information, the people that came here to really get that information, and then we're staying on topic. All right. So before I get started, I just want to highlight that we do have some amazing people on that's been in the program for a while. We have, like I said, Adrienne Kendricks. She's here. I thank you. I appreciate you for being here. She's been in the program. She's doing really well. And, hopefully maybe at the end, we'll maybe do a couple of testimonials and just so you can hear from somebody other than me. That's pretty cool. We got my good friend, my brother-in-law there, John Fritz. He's been in the program for some time. He's a believer in it. And, we walk this path together. So I appreciate him taking the time to pop on. And definitely, I see Felicia Coleman, definitely somebody that, we've been in programs and we've looking for those ones that's really gonna deliver for us. And so we're here at this moment and very excited to see the fruits of this particular program really kick off. And of course, my good friend Mahmoud from Egypt. It's very early in Egypt, so I'm very thankful, grateful for his leadership and just stepping up and making things happen. He has a growing team and doing great things for us over there as well. So thank you for being here. And of course, Janet and her team. Janet is an absolute leader when it comes to pretty much anything that she does. And so it's a pleasure working with you as well. All right, all right. All right. So we're going to go ahead. Like I said, we'll kick this off. So when I do my presentations, I like to kind of give people an idea, this big picture. This is the wave of wealth, right? When you think about a wave of wealth, we're in a position right now where there is so much going on the traditional financial side and the crypto side, and they're basically coming together. And if you know about anything that's going on out there, right? If you're a friend of mine on Facebook, then you probably know everything that's going on because I keep putting it out there just so people will understand. When we talk about tokenized real world assets, talk about real estate, we talk about, really dealing in that specific area. That part of the wave of wealth is massive, but it's a bigger wave. And all we have to do is get in position. And how do we get in position is by showing up to, calls like this so that you can get that education on, hey,
Ah,
what is really going on
oh,
out there?
thank you. Mhm.
Who's doing what? How is it that I can get
Ito.
involved? These type of things are very, very important, right? Let's see. Got somebody here.
Yeah.
I'm muted. All right. We appreciate you kind of staying muted. Thank you so much. So definitely want to make sure that you're ready. Want to make sure that you understand how to get positioned so that you can benefit, so that you can definitely be rewarded for your efforts of just getting in position. And when you see all of the activity going on, on the traditional financial side, and you're wondering why is JP Morgan, using stable coins? Why is Coinbase working with Bank of America and NASDAQ and DTCC, all of these traditional financial giants, because there's some movement going on. And you got to imagine if you got $1 trillion industry over here and you got a multi-trillion-dollar industry over here, and they're coming together, and all you got to do is just step in between them and get a little bitty piece of that multiple trillions. You definitely want to be on a call like this so that you can position yourself properly and definitely get a little bit of that 16 to 30 trillion dollars that they talk about. Now, when I talk about this, I know it gets really interesting sometimes, but I have to kind of dial it back a little bit. And there is a disclaimer, put it right up front. You know what? There's going to be information. We're going to talk about forward, sounding statements where it says, hey, between now and 2030, the big dogs out there, the really top financial strategists, they're talking about this industry of real world assets, on the traditional side, is going to go to between 16 and 30 trillion dollars, right? But that's not me making that up. That's not me telling you you have to do something. I am not providing any financial advice. I am not providing any investment advice. I'm just letting you know this is real and it's getting better and better and better. As long as you're positioned properly, then you will benefit from this as well. All right. So, I don't know, Adrian or Janet or even John, if you have access to the chat, if anybody, throws out a question or something that you can answer, then, kind of monitor that. I greatly appreciate it if you have the time or if you can kind of see that. Just so people can kind of, if they got something, they can get that answer on the way. But if you could hold those to the end, then I will definitely make sure you get your questions answered best as possible. So we're going to talk about tokenized real estate. And we're going to specifically talk about a company called eEstate. And eEstate, I have been contacted by people in my organization saying that somebody has contacted them and asked them about it. Like, wow, okay. So to me, that means the word is getting out. Things are starting to pick up. The momentum is going to kick in, and we're all going to be, pretty much excited and better for it. Because in this industry, when you're talking about blockchain and you're talking about the technology that eEstates is really leading, then it gets really, really interesting because there are people out there that understand traditional side. You understand maybe real estate investing. You understand, the dynamics of that, but you didn't know that there was another way. You didn't know that there was options that you could have fractional ownership. You can get global access. You don't have to have a license everywhere across the globe in order to actually invest and get a portion of some real estate in Dubai. This is blockchain based, secure transactions, immutable. Like actually, what goes on chain does not get changed. If your name is on that, then that's you in that contract. They can't change it. Nobody can fake it. Nobody can, scratch it out and put their name on it. This is the kind of the world that we're living in is so much better than where we kind of came from. And that's why you're invited to hear about the future of real estate, a new era. I'm Coach Rashid Hill. I've been doing this like Janet said. I've been in this particular organization since about June of 2025. They created a company and they went on and launched a platform about 7 to 8 months later after they created the company. The company started, which is eEstate. This was November 2024. And so in November 2024, Eli Properties, and which was headed up by Mike Hamilton, and then you have Brandon Stevenson. They're both co-founders, and they basically came together. And Brian Stevenson, he was more of the digital technology side of it, and Eli Properties, which is a legit company out of Oregon, they are Mike Hamilton. They were more of the physical real estate and investing, and they would help their clients pretty much for over 50 years find the best properties that they could invest in. And so that's what was going on. And so they basically knew each other. They came together and said, hey, look, why don't we create a digital or use this technology and let's create something better? And that's what they did. And that's where eEstates kind of came from. So in June 2025, eEstates was launched with actual properties. And that's kind of like I said, when I was notified, I did not invest until about August of 2025. And it's been amazing since then, right? So, like she said, my organization wise over 200 actual real estate deals. And so, when you're building your portfolio in this particular program, then yes, you can purchase multiple properties. So that's kind of how that works through the EST token, right? And so that's why we call it tokenization because you're purchasing tokens in order to participate in this particular industry in this particular game. And so that's a beautiful thing. Now, when it says 200, I didn't do all 200. It's a whole team effort that happens. So the whole team under what we call Team Achieve, people that have come into the program and working with me, then the team has done over 200. We're closer to over 300 now. So, but that's kind of where it was when we first did this slide presentation. So when we talk about the wave of wealth, when we talk about some of the challenges out there, then I want to make sure you understand eEstates has come and they have looked at the problem and provided a solution, which we expect that. So what's the problem, right? You kind of want to think about why eEstate? Why did they even create a tokenized real estate platform? Well, one, high capital is producing a wealth gap in real estate. So the people that have hundreds of thousands of dollars have always been privy to those off the market deals, right? The things that you see on Zillow or what's that? Um, Man, there's so many out there. I can't even think of them all right now. But there are a lot of agencies that put their, stuff online. You look at it and you can pick, okay, I like that property. I like that property. Somebody might want to sell something to Century 21 or Remax or whatever, right? What you see is kind of that retail side of it. But the people that have the hundreds of thousands of dollars, they get the wholesale side of it, and we never see that. So they're walking around saying, let me find out how much this apartment complex is. I can purchase it, investment property, and I can start making some money off of that somewhere in the future. They don't mind putting 100,000 in and then 6 months later, maybe getting about 1% if they're fortunate off of that property, and that's the kind of the return on that, maybe 2 to 4% a year. Even if, and I'll go as high as 12% a year, that's still something that is unheard of in the industry. But let's just give them the benefit of the doubt and say these people that have that high net worth are able to get into these real estate investment deals that most people aren't able to do. So the cost kind of keeps a lot of people out of that picture. The other thing is a lack of access. So who would you even talk to? Who would contact you and say, hey, look, I know about a nice real estate deal over here. The minimum is, 300,000 to get in. Are you able to, go ahead and participate? And you're looking at them like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, that's not going to happen, right? So we don't even have access to information, let alone the capital to get in. And then, even if that was the case and we scraped it up enough, then the process itself takes so long. If I put 100,000 in an investment property, I can't wait 6 to 12 months to see a return, right? So that process will not work for most of us. But guess what? eEstates has a different plan. And so we talk about tokenization. So let me give you some examples about why tokenization makes the difference, right? Tokenization opens access to real estate assets and real world assets, any type of real world assets like art. We're talking, properties, all these type of things, right? And it enhances liquidity and it creates opportunities in a 16 to 30 trillion dollar market, depending on who you ask. So you're probably saying liquidity in these opportunities. What do you mean, Rashid? Well, one, real estate normally is illiquid. Whereas if you invest in a real estate project, if you do it through a REIT, if you do it through just direct funding, if you got a private investment, whatever it is, it's going to take a while before you even see any type of return, right? That means that your money goes in and nothing comes out. that's illiquid. But when you actually can put money in and see your returns within 24 hours and every day after that, that's liquid, right? So keep those things in mind, right? So I put here, like I said, the Clarity Act and Genius Act. This is the US. The US actually has passed the Genius Act in Congress and the whole thing, right? President signed off. And now they're trying to complete the process and get the House and the Congress and everybody to send it together so that they can pass the Clarity Act. All this is about cryptocurrency, stable coins, all about blockchain services and financial markets. This is happening as we speak. These things are not waiting for anybody. So anybody out there, and I had a lot of conversation with people, what crypto? Oh my gosh, that's that illegal thing. That's not, working. That's the scam stuff. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, you've missed out if you think that, right? Just being totally honest, all you got to do is just do a quick search of, maybe US government and blockchain or crypto, and you'll see that when, like I said, this ain't political, no matter love him or hate him, but the president said he's going to make the US the crypto capital of the world. So if the government is already in it like that, they've already passed bills to make sure crypto becomes part of the mainstream financial world, then, I mean, if you're not really in it, you're kind of behind already. That's why we're having this presentation to make sure you're aware that crypto is just part of the fabric. It's not coming, it's already here, right? And you definitely want to be a part of this movement, and just get in position of this wave of wealth, and you will earn ridiculous amounts of money. Now, I just wanted to highlight something here, just to give you, somebody that wants a little more information, a little more proof that, crypto is becoming mainstream. Here is the CEO of BlackRock, right? Larry Fink. So BlackRock has the largest assets under management in the world, like absolutely the top of the top. So financially, people listen to Larry Fink. So let's look at what Larry Fink said. The biggest names in finance just replaced the US dollar with crypto. Now, you may think that Rashid's making this stuff up. No, 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 no. So if you got some issues with crypto, you might want to set those aside and kind of follow the tea leaves here, because the largest asset manager in the world is telling us, hey guys, you might want to listen, because the biggest names, meaning 140 financial institutions, are part of this move to bring in cryptocurrency to the traditional financial system. This is happening as we speak, by the way. Now, on the right-hand side, you see here it says Visa, MasterCard, Coinbase, BlackRock, unite behind OpenUSD, the first real threat to USDT and USDC. Their solution to mainstream crypto coming onto the traditional side, and the banks, they are creating their own cryptocurrency, which is OUSD, right? A lot of people don't even know this. Built to move trillions. They're not playing low, they're playing at the highest levels. They have already passed this particular operation and they're going into full effect. It is happening. You may not see it up front, but JP Morgan, Bank of America, MasterCard, Visa, MoneyGram, Western Union, all of those are using cryptocurrency behind the system in order to move and transact monies quicker. That's what that means. Now, how many of you know about the retail company called Bealls, right? I grew up, in Texas. Bealls was an actual retail company, just like a Macy's, just like Sears, all of that, right? Bealls is one of those. Well, guess what? One of our members posted on Facebook. She said, hey, I was in Bealls today, and guess what I saw? She saw this sign right here that says, yep, now accepting crypto. This is in a retail store. And so I said, let me find a little more information on that, because I said people may not understand how powerful that is. U.S. retailer Bealls to accept payments in over 99 cryptocurrencies, not just Bitcoin, not just USDT, not just Ethereum, 99 cryptocurrencies. You can walk into Bealls, you can pick up a shirt and some pants and some shoes, and you can have a date night, and you can pay for it all with cryptocurrency. Is it still something on the fringe? Is it still something on the sideline? No, this is the real deal, right? this is where you want to be. So crypto is part of the tokenization movement. That's why I wanted to give you enough proof to maybe dispel any doubt in your mind that crypto is not mainstream, because it is. Okay. Now, it's just not about me talking about it, but when we're talking about the highest level, when we're talking people that are in the financial markets, the ones that have the funds and they're actually investing or planning to invest, maybe that helps out a little bit more to give you a reason why tokenization is the way to go. And that's the beauty of e-estates. They have brought something so powerful that we all are sitting in pole position to just receive these massive benefits. So it's phenomenal, right? So here it says institutional investor interest paints an exciting picture. Recent surveys show that 80% of high net worth investors and 67% of institutional investors already invest or plan to invest in tokenized assets. Powerful, right? That means everybody's in on this. BlackRock, real estate, tokenization, they say that's the future of ownership, and we kind of believe it. But yeah, this is just something that BlackRock, I just wanted to highlight that these guys being pretty much the largest in the world when it comes to assets under management or assets that they use to trade and make money for people, they're talking about it right there. The future of ownership is fractional and digital. Keep that in mind because that's a critical piece of the puzzle as well. All right. So tokenization is the process of converting real estate asset ownership into digital tokens on the blockchain, right? Enhancing accessibility. And that word again, liquidity. More transparent, better liquidity, and opportunities for modest investors. So now we've taken it from high cost to everybody has an opportunity here to get in the game and win, right? So in this is a video, like I said, I won't go into this video because just to kind of save time, but this is from India, and they are talking about tokenizing or unlocking the fractional real estate and land in for people that are in India. And so the opportunity for them, maybe they didn't have it before, maybe they had a hard time earning from their land because they just didn't have the provisions and the government maybe gave them a hard time, with the rules and regulations, and it's just tough for anybody to do that. Well, now they're able to do it through a fractional real estate and unlocking that capital that's tied up in that land. So this is happening not just in the US, this is in India as well. So just wanted to highlight that. Okay. Now, I do want to highlight this particular video because it gives a very clear picture of the information that I just provided, but it does give you some extra definition, I would say, of tokenization. Now, I'm only going to play 1 minute of it, not the whole thing, so it'll be real quick. All right.
Imagine if a building could be divided into shares, the same way a company can, legally, transparently, and globally. That's not a future idea. It's happening right now. SEC Chairman Paul Adkins recently told the Investor Advisor Committee that tokenized assets on public blockchains can streamline the entire relationship between issuers and investors by cutting out layers of intermediaries and reducing information gaps. In a Fox Business interview, he went even further, saying that this shift towards tokenization could reshape the US financial system within just a couple of years. At the New York Times Deal Book Summit, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink warned that if the US doesn't move faster on AI, digitization, and tokenization, other countries will lead the next wave of capital markets. He's already called tokenization the next generation for markets too. Brian Armstrong at Coinbase is pushing the same direction from the crypto side, saying tokenization is the future and that it's time to bring every asset on-chain. Major US banks are already running pilots around stablecoins, custody, and trading to build that infrastructure. And this isn't theory anymore. According to Boston Consulting Group, over $6 billion in real-world assets have already been tokenized. Citibank estimates the tokenized assets market could reach up to $5 trillion by 2030, with real estate leading that shift. If you don't know me, I'm Heidi, an ambassador for Gaia.
That's amazing.
For Gaia.
So, as you can tell, that right there is a very simple, but it gives so much depth and proof to what we were talking about. What it is, what's tokenization, why it matters, who are the big players in the game. And now, guess what? It's not just about them, it's about them doing their part and now opening up the door for us to benefit from all of those things that they're bringing online. we want to introduce to you eEstate. eEstate is revolutionizing the real estate market, combining cutting-edge technology with accessible real estate opportunities for everybody. Now, I'm going to hit this particular slide pretty quick because I've talked about many of the things that make sense and why you're here. And this one is just kind of a repeat of some of that information, right? So I won't spend a lot of time on it, but this is a key slide. Even if you wanted to screenshot or you want to take this with you, this will help you really understand what is so valuable about eEstate and tokenized real estate investing, right? So real quick, on the left-hand side, you can see the traditional real estate investing process. On the right-hand side, you see tokenized real estate, which is the eEstate model. Now, we talked about high capital, costs so much, really can't get in, right? Most people just don't have the funds, 100,000, 300,000 to really get into that premium real estate investing, like an apartment complex or commercial buildings, whatever that may be, that are normally profitable in a short period of time. Then we just can't get in there because the cost is too high, right? But over here, when you look at the right-hand side, eEstates provides you an opportunity just like the big dogs, and you can do that for less than $100, right? We have a property that you can actually get a fraction of that property for only $10. Like, everybody has an opportunity with eEstate. You look at the illiquid asset, right? So if you do invest with that high amount and you're able to wait 6 to 12 months, that's totally up to you and the opportunity that you have for yourself. But most of us aren't willing or want to wait 6 to 12 months to see some type of return. We really want our return as quick as possible. So on the right-hand side, liquidity, right? This is now a liquid asset. You can actually benefit within minutes to hours. And I'm gonna say minutes, meaning 24 hours. So you can calculate that into minutes if you like. But when you purchase the tokens to invest into the real estate through eEstate, then within 24 hours from that time, you start to see your profits roll in. That's a beautiful thing. Now, the ownership record, everything's on the blockchain with eEstates. When you're looking at, going through that whole process, you know how hard it is and how much a headache it is when you have to go into the mortgage company and you got to go the deeds at the courthouse. And I mean, it's just so many things you got to jump through, so many hoops with traditional side. But with eEstate, the digital token, that token carries all that information because it's on the blockchain. You hit it, you purchase, and everything gets recorded based on the contract that you have with that particular property. And so you got the management side. If you purchase a property, you have to do the property management and the maintenance and get the tenants in there. And hopefully you get your rent or whatever you're going to get out of it over time, but you still got to pay for that property, right? Well, guess what? With this particular model, management is passive. That means eEstates already takes care of that particular portion of the operation. You don't have to do any of that. They already have property management in place. Transaction speed, right? You know that 6 to 12 months, you might be able to benefit from a traditional real estate investment. Well, guess what? Just like I said, as soon as you make a purchase of the tokens here with eEstate, within 24 hours, you start seeing your profit come in. Then access localized markets. So with traditional side, you have to get a license in Texas. You have to get a license in North Carolina. You have to get a license in New York. You have to get a license in California. And then, oh my gosh, you want to go international? Well, guess what? You got to do it over there too. Now you spent $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to get a license, and you haven't sold a property, you haven't bought a property. Well, guess what? With eEstates, you can become an agent. You pay $90, right? Just letting you guys know right up front. If you want to be an agent, you want to build a team, right? It's like a real estate broker, same thing. If you become an agent, you can build a team. You can have leverage to grow globally if you want, and you only need one license to do so. So it's not about me making this stuff up. I'm just giving you the information, making you aware of it. And I know that most people see this and say, oh my gosh, this is like night and day. And you're part of the solution when it comes to that. So this is just a highlight of what eEstates in the first 6 months. This is some of the results. This is some of the financials that no other company shows you unless they are legitimately doing business, right? They're doing it according to the rules. They're doing it in the open, and this is what's going on. So just to highlight a couple of these things, because this is at 6 months. So this was back about November, December timeframe. You're looking at community members about 10,000 or so. You're looking at about 2 million in tokens sold. You're looking at about 1,200 active agents at that time. And you got the tokenized properties, and which was valued at about 10 million. And our tokenized properties in April and this was something, it was an article written about us, and it was right at about $105 million worth of tokenized property. So really, really incredible value. And operational revenue. So you're looking at about $3 million that they have that they can actually use to operate the business. That's liquid. Like that is not normal for a company that's only been in business for 6 months. Now, I want to give you a little more insight. Let me see if I can get past that one. There we go. Okay. There we go. So this one is a current. This is in April of 2026. So like I showed you before, right? We're talking about 1,200 or so agents. We're over 3,600, and now we're probably over 5,000 agents. And on the right-hand side, you got the community members. So we said about 10,000, when I first showed you. Now we're over, it's clearly over 20,000, but about 18,000, that was in April. So you can kind of see the growth is really, really ramping up. So we're moving in the right direction. That's really what we're showing you there. All right. And so people want to know, real properties, absolutely real properties. We do have people that have visited some of these properties. I have people in my organization that know exactly, where these properties are, some of them. So we definitely have that assurance. All the properties are insured, tokenized, obviously, audited. We got information on that, LEI verified. So there's a legal entity identifier code. I've had people ask for that. I just direct them to the back office, and all the information you need is right there. Community focus, which is the agent network. Compliance and verification standard, they take this very seriously, by the way. The FATF, that's the Financial Action Task Force. That ensures global standards, so we got the AML, anti-money laundering, KYC, all of these things are in place so that they are in compliance with international law, okay? So more to that particular topic. People want to know, what is the compliance? What is the legalities? Well, just to give you a quick highlight, there's more, but these are kind of the main ones. They do have a registration in Canada. They have a registration in New York City, and they have filed a Form D with the SEC. Okay, I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. What do these registrations represent? It doesn't mean they have a physical presence in that particular state. That means that they are planning to create maybe some type of office or presence in that region, right? So they're just setting up, here's what we're going to do first. They're doing everything in steps, right? So right now, they're building and building and building. Wherever the agents are concentrated, wherever the most volume is, wherever they feel like this is a strategically good place to actually have an office sponsored by the company and have a strategic partner managing that region, then these are some of the things that they're preparing for. Okay, so just so you kind of know, there's no office physically in these locations. These are places that they're planning to go ahead and maybe in the future have an office in that region, somewhere in that area. Just depends on the numbers, right? So let's talk about this Form D. A lot of people don't have any idea about what the SEC does, nor do they truly understand the magnitude of filing a Form D in this type of business. One of the things that we clearly want people to understand, this is not a stamp of approval. It is proof we're operating in the right way and we do it openly. That's all we're showing is the company says, look, let's lean forward, make sure we don't get into no trouble. Let's let them know this is new. Nobody has done this type of tokenization with real estate on the blockchain like eEstates is doing. So there's really no model for it. So they're saying, look, let's just put it out there and make sure that they know this is what we're doing, right? And so that's what this is about. It does add credibility. It does show integrity, but it does not guarantee any approvals, and it will not make you money. So don't try to use it that way. And we're definitely not saying that's what it's for, but we're just letting you know they want to be open about what we're doing, and they've presented that to the SEC. Okay. Now, here are some of the properties, just so you get an example, and we'll look at the website as well. But Desert Villa is still available, right? And then you have a couple of the properties, LA property, you have the Maui. Um, some of these, like I said, are already sold out, but these are properties that we did have. Some of them are sold, some are still there. The Dubai properties are definitely still there. 99,000, minimum investment, 255,000 minimum investments. So of course, the bigger ones be there maybe a little longer. You got the business Los Angeles, which was 25,000. That one has been sold out. The land plot is still available in LA. So there are some that are still here, but it gives you an idea of the things that we do list and offer to our clients. Now, this one right here is just special to me because it was the first one that I personally purchased. And I was just really excited to get in the game and start earning from a high-end passive income or high-end income producing property, right? Just really, really excited about that. And so these are just, like I said, little pictures that you can see on the website and everything. But that gives you an idea of kind of the level of detail that we do have and we offer. This is the Villa Maui. It is an asset report, right? We've had real estate agents and people in that area that understand, what it should look like. And so the company says, okay, you know what? We haven't done all that before, but we will be able to provide you with some asset reports in the future. So this is one that they did provide, and it's very detailed. It does show all the property facts. It gives you a snapshot of all of those things. You can go into your back office and you can download this information. It shows you the value of the property, 3.3 million, right? 3,100 square feet. For the living area, then the total area is over 11,000 square feet. You're looking at 2-bedroom, 2 full baths, half bath. So they have all this is set up. There's resorts and short-term rentals. All of these things are part of the portfolio. So you have access to this information, and it gives you an idea from a financial side. Somebody may be looking at it like, okay, how much does it cost to rent this? How many nights are normally occupied? And then, what type of income are they bringing in? What type of revenue do they get from this property? And all that information is there for somebody that is looking to use that to make a decision. So definitely excited that the company did go ahead and start doing that. Now, with that being said, there are two ways that we earn with this particular program. One is the active phase, and one is a passive phase. I say all of it's passive, but let's just break it down to an active and a passive phase. The first one, the active side, is every single business day, right? 20 days a month, you're going to earn profits on any of the purchases that you make. So if you go in and say, I want to purchase that LA villa, right? You make that purchase, which you're purchasing tokens. Those tokens are representing that particular property. You get a contract, the whole nine. So all of that is in place. And so that property will pay you a certain percentage between something and something, like maybe 0.5 to 0.7% a day. And that's what you'll see in your back office, in your balance every single day, 5 days a week, 20 days a month, right? Sometimes 21. So that's that first phase. That goes on for 18 months. That's your first contract. After 18 months, it goes into phase 2. This is where the sustainability comes in. Some people say, well, man, how can you pay, 0.5 and 0.6 and 0.7 every single day? Well, we don't pay it on the weekends. That's one. Two, we pay it for 18 months, and then it goes into a 10% per year, right? So any properties that you purchase, because most of us have multiple properties, like I said, I have personally probably about 30 that I've purchased as far as, properties. So you can purchase one property 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times. You can purchase as many shares as you want. So that's where the numbers can be pretty big. We have 9 to 12 properties at one time. And I have, like I said, about 30 purchases. So that means I purchased some of those more than one time. So you can do that as well. And so what will happen at the end of the 18 months, instead of being paid on one property that 10%, now I'm paid on multiple properties, 10% each property. So whatever you invested is what you're going to get 10% of for every property after the 18 months has expired. Okay. And you get that for the life of the property. If it continues on the books, you will continue to earn on that property. No matter if it's 18 months, or let's say they sell the property in 10 months, you're going to keep the profits and they're going to buy back your tokens, which means you will get your deposit back. So no matter how much you made off of it, you're still going to keep the profits and you'll get your money back. So you don't lose in any way this rolls out. Okay. So basically what I just talked about, this is kind of an extension of that, because sometimes people ask, well, how does the company make money and how are they able to pay out at that level? Well, there's three ways that the company brings in revenue. One is rentals of the property, right? So you may purchase the LA villa, and let's say the $3,000, you get the LA villa, you're making money off of that. Now, you may be saying, okay, but what if nobody is vacationing in that villa? That's okay. There's 9 to 12 more properties. So you don't get paid just on your particular property that you'd made the investment. It's all the property. So they collect the lease rental profits from each property. All that goes into one payout fund. Okay. So that goes into a fund and then it gets distributed out to all of the investors. In addition to that, you have, let's say, for instance, they sell a property. So most of us understand that real estate pretty much goes up, right? It increases in value. That's why real estate has always been the wealth maker. So if they purchase it, let's say in 2025, and a lot of us are purchasing these properties, and let's say in 2027, the property has went from valued at 3.3 million, now it's valued at 4.5 million. They may say, you know what? Great property, but not as many people staying in it. So let's go ahead and sell that. So somebody wants to buy it, they sell it, they take those profits and they put a portion of those profits into the fund that pays us out. And they pay you back whatever you put into that property as well. So there's another way that funds come back into the pot that gets distributed to the people. So now you have two ways that you're going to continue earning your daily and your annual payments. The third way is there is another section. We don't talk about it that much because it's something that the company kind of does on their own. They do have properties that they purchase, they fix up, and they sell, right? So it's kind of a trading process. So that is something separate. And they do have a Bitcoin reserve as well, that brings in funds as well. So they have multiple layers to make sure that we will continue to get paid. I'm gonna tell you that right there, that level of comfort and understanding, you don't see that anywhere else, right? Just so you guys understand, yeah, you're definitely gonna get paid because they already have layers in place to make sure, and nobody has missed a payment since day one. I don't know how many companies out there can say it, but we can say it. From the time that the company sold their first property or portion or fraction to today, nobody has ever said they didn't get their money. Nobody, right? So that's one thing. The other part is the site has been up ever since it started, period. Never been down. So definitely some kudos for the company and what they're doing. So let's move into just real quick, just so you know that the company is moving forward. It's not stagnant. It's not staying in one place. They are increasing in value, and they're bringing new properties. They have new ideas of how they want to do that. They have new agent bonuses. I mean, there's a lot of great things going on. So there is a 2034 roadmap, and it shows from 2024 to 2034. So it's in your back office. You can definitely download that and check it out. I pulled out 2027 because that's kind of what's coming, just to give you an idea of some of the things where they're going, right? Large scale property tokenization. That just means that they're going to be not just in the US, not just in one or two countries. They're going to be going pretty much global with the different types of properties that they bring on. Dubai is a big place for them. They have people physically there that are sourcing properties and making deals. So they have a special purpose unit that does that. So We'll start seeing more from Dubai and some other locations. Indonesia is another location that they've had properties before as well. So at the end of 2027, most of the tokenized properties will be outside of the US. Comprehensive rebranding of the platform. So they have ideas of upgrading the platform, giving it a different look, adding just more value for agents and the clients, the buyers as well. So that's coming. A new tradable token. So I don't know much about how they're going to roll that out, but I do know how tokens work. And until they get to a certain level, then we won't see a token that will go listed on an exchange. So that, more information is coming about that. So I won't try to speculate on how that's going to be, but we know that that's something that they want to do. And you got down here the ARDR, the Association for Real Digital Realtors. So if you're an agent, then you do become part of that association. What they're going to do is create some type of exam or a test to have the license, just to give it a little more credibility and make sure that people understand how this business works, right? Something brief, easy. It's not like it's going to be a college exam. But they do want to have something there so people will actually look at the information and know what the company is doing and just have a little background before they issue that license. So that's something that's coming, hosting of the Second World Tokenized Real Estate Forum. So the first one is supposed to happen in LA, which is in November, right? So definitely keep your eyes open for that, and invite you all to come out to LA during the event. So that's going to happen. And then the second one they're going to have in 2027. Opening regional offices. Like I said earlier, regional offices are on the plan as well. All right. So we're going to transition to the agent opportunity. For those that say, hey, look, I just really like this. Real estate I know is really the way to go to earn. I don't have a lot, but I see that I can come in, at a lower rate. I don't have to put 100,000 in to invest in real estate. I can do it with this tokenized platform. Look, I'm good with that. Boom. I'm not really going to talk to anybody. Then, hey, we're good. You're good. We're good. All I ask is give me about 5 minutes. Let me cover what this agent piece does for you. And if you decide that you want to offer this to other people so that you can have leverage in your profits and your commissions, then this might be something that you'll consider in the future if that's not something for you right now. But at least you have that information. So give me about 5 minutes and I'll go through this. All right. If you want to be an agent, which we highly recommend, because there's additional bonuses that come along with it, even if you do not recruit a person under you. There is no requirement to go out and do network marketing and these type of things. You don't have a requirement to do that. But the person that invited you today saw the value in giving you an opportunity to earn just like they're earning as well. This is why people invite you, because they care enough about you so that you don't miss out on the wave of wealth that is hitting them, and they want you to get some of that as well, right? And so in here, to be an agent, there's a membership. You just basically do the registration, right? And then it'll say, become a member. You click the button. You're going to go through a simple application process. You do your verification, KYC, normal stuff, right? And so after you finish that process, it's $9 or $90, the $9 a month or $90 a year saves you, a few bucks, and you don't have to worry about it every single month. So you can do that. And you'll get a certificate saying that, hey, look, boom, boom, boom. You got a website. You can update all the information there. And then when you provide your link to someone and invite them, and they want to go ahead and be part of the program, then they get to see you. They get to see your website. They get to see a brief introduction to the program. So all of that is a beautiful thing. And so you're paying basically that membership is to have the company take care of pretty much all of that back office stuff for you. Okay. So that's really the simple, like I said, it's application, you get a certificate, boom, and you're good to go. Now, let's talk about compensation. I know you're like, wow, Rashid, that's great, good information, but man, can you get to the money? I like talking to people. I like helping people. I want to make sure that everybody benefits. So just get on to the money. Stop messing around. Okay. All right. I got you. Right. So right here, this gives you a quick picture. Like I said, we're not going to go deep. I just want to give you a quick picture of how the compensation works for agents. Now, if you're an agent, that means that you're already a buyer. So you understand there's no one or the other. You can be a buyer and not be an agent, but if you're an agent, then you're already a buyer. Okay? So just to kind of keep that clear. So if you are an agent and you purchase your property, which obviously you come into the business to make money. So you purchase a property. Let's say you purchase a property for $1,000. Your particular sponsor is going to earn 6% of that particular purchase. Okay? So if you're an agent, you're going to earn 6% of your first level direct referral. When they make a purchase, you get 6%. Then when they decide that, wow, this is great, I'm making my 0.5 to 0.6% on the property that I purchased, now I'm going to go tell my friend, that's your second level. Guess what? When they make a purchase, then as a sponsor of the first level, then you're going to get 2% for the person on your second level, all the way down to the fifth, and then 1%, sixth, seventh, and eighth. As an agent, this is what happens. The minimum is, as an agent, as long as you're a level 1, which is $500 minimum deposit or purchase of a property, basically, then you can earn commissions on any of the referrals in your organization. Okay? Just that simple. Now, you got 8 levels, which is phenomenal. A lot of them don't go that far. Now, you may be looking at the right side saying, okay, that's deal commission. What is a profit commission, Rashid? I see a first level, second, third, fourth, fifth, 5%. That looks like in addition to that 6%. You're absolutely correct. It is in addition to. So let me take you to this slide, right? And this gives you, this is the updated slide, but I'll take you to the other one because it's easier to explain for people that's seen it for the first time. But if you can kind of see this, you see that the purple pipes get bigger and bigger and bigger, right? That means obviously the money is bigger and bigger and bigger. So your sales volume starts to increase as an agent, okay? So this is an easier slide to see that on. If you look to the left, it has the percentages of the volume that goes to your particular breakdown, your particular volume and turnover. There's a percentage of that that is applied to you, that's applied to your first level, second level, third level, so on and so forth. So the easiest way to explain it is on the right side, it says levels 1 through 10, it says turnover, okay? Now, 6% is what I said earlier, right? So if you sponsor someone, they make a purchase, you get 6% as an agent, okay? You refer them, you get 6%. That's your directs. Now, your direct purchases $1,000 worth of property. Now, if you look to the left where the green circles are, if that's your first level, you're going to earn 80% of that as turnover volume that helps you as an agent to increase your levels, which increases your bonuses. Yes, bonuses. Okay. So if you want to earn bonuses, you become an agent and a buyer at the same time. Okay. When you come in and you made the $3,000 purchase for that LA villa, you're going to get 100% turnover volume, right? That turnover volume at 3,120, that means that you're not a level 1, you're not a level 2, or you are a level 2, I'm sorry, because you at least have 3,000 in volume, okay? So that 3,000 puts you at level 2. You get 150 e-tokens and you get a $30 bonus. So if you put 3,000 in and purchase that LA villa, you not only get the number 2 bonus, you also get the number 1 bonus. You hear what I'm saying? You don't miss any bonuses. If you paid $10,000 right up front, right, and you came into this business, purchased property, so on and so forth, you will get the $10,000 bonus, the $3,000 bonus, and the $500 bonus, right? So you don't miss any of that. If you come at a higher level, and you can only come to the 10,000 when you first come into the business, that's a buyer level 1, by the way. Different structure, it's confusing, so don't worry about that. But if you come in and you become an agent and you're a buyer at the same time, and you make a purchase, 100% of that goes to your volume, where you can go from level 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth, right? If you come in at a level 1, you put 500, you come in at level 1, then You have somebody that comes in and purchases the LA Villa, right? You refer somebody, you put in 500, you're a level 1. They purchase the 3,120, the LA Villa. You're going to get 6% as the person referring them, and you're going to get 80% of that volume. So that 80% means if they put in 3,000, you're going to get about 2,400 in volume that helps you go up to level 2. You see what I mean? So that's kind of how that works. Hopefully, I didn't want to go too deep on that, but that's how it works. And I always tell people, from a training perspective, if you decide to do this, get to level 4 as quick as you can, because level 4 does something that the other levels don't do. Now we're going to get to that other bonus that I showed you earlier, those commissions. So when you have total of 25,000 in volume, you and the people that you refer and all your levels, anybody in your organization, contribute to your 25,000. When you get to that level of volume, 25,000, that opens up, one, you're going to get, the 500 ETK, which is tokens you can use to do some gamification on the site, and you get $250 bonus. But guess what else it does for you? It opens up that profit commission for you. So you're at level 4, you got 25,000 in volume, not personally now. If you want to, you can, but it's you and your team helps you get to that 25,000 in volume. Now you open up your profit commissions. What is 5%? So the person that you refer directly, right? One person, 20 people, however many you have direct, when they make a purchase, they're going to earn their percentages, 0.3 up to 0.9. They're going to make that. You're going to make 5% of their profits. So you're making 6% on the commission. You're making money from your personal, real estate purchases, and you're going to make additional 5% on the profits of the people that you referred on your first level, and second, third, fourth, and fifth. Those get opened up based on where you are in the agent system, right? Every level is opened up based on a new level. Level 4 opens up a profit commission level 1. Agent level 5 opens up level 2 for profit commissions. Agent level 6 opens up the third level for profit commissions, and so on and so on and so on. Okay? Now, one of the things that we don't talk about, well, let me do this real quick. You saw that it was 10 levels on the other page. This was a new one. That's why I had to put this in here. So you see, it's not just 10 levels, because there are people that are level 15, level 13, this type of thing, because they really blasted through the system. And now they have 20 levels versus 10 levels. Okay. So you can go to 20 levels. And so if you can see this, I know it may be a little hard to see with the light blue. You can turn your head sideways and it shows you at level 8, right? If you get to level 8, like myself, that means you have 400,000 in volume, and you get a $3,000 bonus, and you get 3,000 of the tokens that you can actually spin the wheel and earn and win, other monies. At level 10 is 1 million in volume, right? At 1 million in volume, you get a $10,000 bonus. And guess what's so powerful about this? Many agencies out there will say, if you get to this level, you can earn this, but then it takes them 2 weeks just to get you your bonus. Well, guess what happens when you get to 1 million in volume? You're going to instantly get a $10,000 deposit into your main balance. There's no time wasted. It just happens instantly. And that's how we do it here. Now, there's only a couple of things left to do. One, if you're not in the program, get registered, get verified. Want to become an agent so you can earn additional bonuses? Go ahead, pay the $90 in crypto, and boom, you're good to go. Now you finish up the application process, you get your certificate, you got your website, you're good to go, right? Purchase the amount of tokens that you want for the property that you want and start earning within 24 hours. That's exactly how simple it is. Then we'll have a training. We'll make sure that we walk through each part of this process with you. You're not alone. You don't have to worry about scratching your head. There are challenges depending on the crypto that you use, depending on the app that you use, depending on if you even know about crypto. There are some challenges. We get through them. Believe me, we've had a lot of different things we had to go through. But at the end of the day, we make it work for you. Okay? I'm here to help you all the way. So there's a webinar calendar, whereas there's many webinars. This is a very old one. All of these are not active, so they got to update that. And I just wanted you guys to know that there is many webinars that go on with the program. Super Saturday. So this was the past Saturday, June 27th. Last week we did that. But prior to that, we were in DC celebrating our 1 year anniversary with the program, which, like I said, a lot of companies don't get to 1 year, especially the online crypto companies. We hit 1 year and we kept rolling, and we're growing bigger and better. So there's promos, things like that that the company does as well. So definitely, I have the recording of that. Some of the leaders have the recording. So if you want to kind of hear from some of these other leaders, then just have somebody get that recording to you or contact me, so you can kind of listen to some other people talk about this program as well. So that was pretty powerful. On the right-hand side, you see that we have a 10-city tour going on. What other company is doing that? Yeah, that's right. Nobody. So the 10-city tour is going on. Started out in Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina, hit Miami. That was really, really nice. That's when I first got out there, was able to speak, and it was just a great time with it. Got to meet a lot of people that I've known online, hadn't never met. Went to Houston. That was phenomenal. My biggest team is out of East Texas, with Mama Scott leading the charge over there. And so that was phenomenal as well. And then the guys went to Tampa. I didn't make that. DC, that was phenomenal. We're still getting more information out from the event. So more that'll be published on the YouTube channel. Las Vegas is in July 25th. So if you're out in Vegas, definitely, tap your people out there and have them, definitely go to the event. Phoenix, Arizona is in August. Then in October, going to be in Ohio. And then November, we're doing the first Tokenized Real Estate Forum in LA. And then we're looking to be in Dallas. They're saying they may, since they was already in Houston, they may not do Dallas. They may do Chicago or somewhere too cold that anybody wants to go. So we will find out if it's going to be in Dallas or somewhere else. So it just depends on, how that rolls out. Like I said, we were in DC. I don't know if you know Eric Thomas, but Eric Thomas turned it out. He is the #1 motivational speaker in the world. And so we were very excited to have him. Really a great time with that. This is kind of an old slide, but a lot of the people obviously are still here doing their thing, but they have leveled up to another level. I know Miss Kendrick, I know you're a 5, so I got to update these slides. Mama Scott she's a level 7. And I think Brandon Jackson's a 5 as well. And like I said, Mahmoud, I know he's 2 or 3. I have to go back and check. And Elena Richardson, she just became a 5 as well. And I'm gonna tell you, between, like I said, I know Adrian and Elena, they don't have a lot of people. They just saw the value in putting in a number, a level of investment, amount of investment that was comfortable for them to earn what they're earning. And believe me, those numbers aren't something typical of the average person. They are serious about making money. And this is a great way to do it. And they're in position to make a whole lot more. And you can really learn a lot from people. There's people that put in a lot of agents, and they put in a lot of buyers. And then there's people that just have the funds where they can go in and reinvest and grow their business that way. So there's no one way to do it. You can do it any kind of way, but just do it, get started, and just start making it happen. See those results coming in. And then it ain't about what Rashid said. It's about what you see with your own eyes. As we know, Chelsea Lears is the highest ranking agent in the company at a level 15. So obviously this slide is very old. And down at the bottom, you have Daryl and Anthony. Those are the 2 guys that, really have been going around to each state and really promoting and making aware this amazing business. Top right is Mr. Martin McLean. That's the person that introduced me to this company, and he's a 13, going on 14 as well. And that's my presentation, and I appreciate you all checking it out.
Thank you, Coach Rashid. It's a great, very informative information.
All right. Was that okay?
Very okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I was uh I was
All right.
listening.
It's all good. So, okay, I see we had a couple of more people here. So yeah, so appreciate that. But yeah, I don't have a problem. Like I said, if we got a couple of minutes, I know we've been on for a little while. So is there any pressing questions that anybody has about, the presentation, any clarifications, anything in there that anybody wants to get clarified? We'll do that. We got a few minutes. Mhm. All right.
Don't be shy to ask question while Coach Rashid is here. He can answer directly.
No problem. Come on, Christine. What we got? What we got? What's on your mind? We're here to help.
Totally lost, but I'll be okay. I came in late, and that's
Oh,
my
okay.
punishment for being late. So I'll catch up, okay? No worries. Because I don't even know what questions to ask, okay? You know, I'm not
Fine.
even there
Who
yet.
invited you?
Alejandro.
Okay, okay. I can if oh, Ollie, you in this phone. Oh my goodness. Um I'm gonna do one thing if it's okay. Because I can like I said, it's the one slide that will give you the big picture. And I don't mind because like I said, if we don't have any questions in it, I can go back and I'll just pull that one slide up and I'll just kind of give you some highlights of it. And then if that works for you, at least to get a good idea of what's going on, then we'll be good. And we can set up a call at another time as well. So no worries. No worries at all. We can do that. Let me see. All right. So I'm doing this just for you, Christine. So in this slide, this right here explains the whole program. Like I said, I don't, I don't have to give you the intro up to this point and then the extra afterwards. This is the nuts and bolts. No fluff. This is direct to the point. If you have experience or know of real estate investing, then one, it's profitable. It can make you a lot of money if you have the 100 to 300,000 or whatever to invest. If you don't have that, then that's a problem, right? So most people don't experience the investing in real estate because the capital, entry is just too high, right? So what we've done with e-estates and the tokenized real estate is when you actually have the opportunity, a company goes out and they can purchase a property, they tokenize it through their process, and that breaks down that property into smaller pieces of investment. So now you have fractional ownership of that property. So instead of having to put 2 or 300,000 into it and hope that you make some money in the 6 to 12 months, now you have the opportunity to put $100 in there and get a portion of that and still make that same percentage. But with e-estate, this is a liquid process, whereas in traditional real estate, it's illiquid, whereas you may not see any profit for 6 to 12 months. And if you're getting 1% a month or 1% every 6 months, that's pretty good in the traditional side. Well, guess what? With what we're doing here with e-estates offers when you do purchase that fractional portion or that fractional ownership of that property. Let's say you pay $3,000 and you get a portion of the LA villa that we have. When you get that portion, now you have a ownership of that portion of that property. Now you're going to earn a percentage every single day that comes to your account, right? So you're earning profits every day, 20 days a month, right? Every business day. So that's the beauty of the liquid versus illiquid that the tokenization process offers. Then you don't have to worry about, the paperwork and going through all of that drama with the government and this and that and the other, because now when you purchase the token, everything is on the blockchain. Everything is locked in, recorded, and good to go, right? So that makes the process so much easier And you don't have to manage it. You're not dealing with the tenants. You're not doing any maintenance. You don't have to pay no taxes. This is all already taken care of. eEstates has property management for all the properties that they purchase and tokenize. All we got to do is participate in the profits by purchasing tokens, and we earn a percentage of that property. Okay. The transaction speed, we know traditional side is very slow and expensive. Well, guess what? As soon as you make a purchase within 24 hours on the eEstates platform, you're going to start seeing your profits roll in. And if you become an agent, you don't have to have a license in Texas, Georgia, California, Ohio. No, you got one license. You become part of the Digital Real Estate Association, and you can purchase properties wherever eEstates has tokenized those properties. That's the beauty of what we do. That's what we offer. And you start making money within 24 hours. Simple as that. No fluff. This is exactly what we do. Hopefully that was helpful for you.
It was.
Okay.
But now I have the questions. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I get commission for about a month, right? So I can pull that money out or
Every day.
does it buy more tokens or how does that work?
Yeah, right. So everything is done in crypto. So if let's say you use USDT or use Bitcoin.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
whichever
get
one
all
you
that,
want.
yeah.
Right. So you can withdraw it. And there's about 6. So you have about 32 that you can invest in. And there's about 10 that they've listed right now. They're going to add more that you can withdraw. So definitely something that is already there. As long as you have $1 in your profits, you can withdraw it within 24 hours, or you can wait a week. I withdraw basically every week. I'll withdraw at the end of the week. But there's people that do videos and they'll withdraw every single day. There's a 1% fee for the withdrawal, right? So it's
Yeah.
obviously it's so it's up to the individual. But yeah, you have access to your funds. As soon as you have profits, you can withdraw them at any time.
Okay. That was my question. And so 1%. So if I let it sit for a week, then it's going to be 1% of whatever. So the
Right.
$100 is the minimum, right?
Actually $10 is the minimum.
Oh, okay.
So good point.
And the
Let
membership
me
fee is like 90.
So $90 is for the agent. So I mean, we recommend the agent because you can make
Yeah.
money from bonuses as well.
Obviously, yeah.
So you're just making some extra for doing the same thing.
Okay, yeah. So the classes are online to be the agent, right? Do you
Right.
pay
Yeah,
that
yeah. You don't have to
upfront?
do anything right now. Eventually they're going to create like a little exam, but right now it's not. So we're telling people, look, if you want to do it, good time to do it now. Get grandfathered in. You do get a certificate and all that kind of stuff. But
Oh,
no, you don't
okay.
have to actually do any exam or any test, nothing like that.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the exam is pretty much like a regular real estate, right? It
No.
will be.
No. It's
No?
not the only thing that this is the thing that we taught, and we basically, me and a couple other the strategic partners, we actually mentioned that we need to have something in place that people know what's on the website. So the knowledge base, so the questions that they're gonna, when they do create it, it's gonna be from the
Mhm.
website. It's not gonna be something like you said, not like a
It's not
traditional
about
side.
real estate. It's not about real
It's
estate.
not. It's about tokens. It's about tokens.
It's about the
Mhm.
business.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
well, that sounds more clear. Okay.
okay.
So you just
Okay.
pay the 90, whatever it is up front,
Yes, $90.
and
$90, and then you'll be an agent.
and that starts your membership as an agent. And
Yes.
then that comes up next year around this time, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
sounds good. I think,
Excellent.
who knows, the 1,000 questions, they come every
It's
few
okay.
minutes,
Absolutely. And you will, yeah, you'll maybe have some more questions. And like I said, Ali, she contacts me all the time, so I'm happy to help. No problem.
Okay, well, I think
From Las
I'm
Vegas,
pretty good
Russia.
right now.
Okay.
Christine is from Las Vegas.
Oh, she's Las Vegas. Oh, we got an event.
So you can meet her in Las Vegas.
Yes, I live in Vegas.
Oh, okay. I have to find that and post it up.
Hey, Alejandro, you have too many Zooms open. That's what's making that noise.
Yeah, just put that on mute, Ollie. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's okay. All right. So
It's
real
all
quick,
good. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Kelly,
So
you can hear me now. Okay. So
yeah,
this is,
it's
I just
too
want to
many
show you the
DMV.
properties. Uh-huh. Yeah,
Where's
she's
gonna be the convention in, do you know or no? In
oh
Las
yeah,
Vegas.
it's gonna be at the Venetian. Let
Oh, really?
me yeah, E-States don't play. When they go, they
But
go.
they're not playing then. These guys are not playing because I do conventions for a living.
Oh, okay.
I'm
You
the
know what?
stagehand.
In DC, we were at the Watergate Hotel.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
nice. I haven't
Yeah.
been there, but I've worked at the Venetian regular.
Oh, good, good. Then
So I
this will
may
be
even
easy.
work that show.
That see?
I get to see it for free.
Exactly. Let me okay, I got the flyer here. Let me see if I can bring that up real quick.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I was supposed to put it in part of my presentation, but
It's okay.
yeah.
Well, you didn't know anybody was in Vegas, right?
It is definitely there. And
Yeah. But you didn't know
is
anybody
that
was here.
yeah, this is awesome. Like, whoa.
Yeah,
This is great. This is so great. I'm glad. I'm excited because I didn't know. I was like, wow, we have somebody that
yeah.
might just be right there. Um, all right,
That's why
here
I'm
we
doing this
go.
because I do the conventions and
Okay.
I'm getting old. I've been doing it.
Uh-oh.
I'm retired already. So, and I'm still working. So I need to do something different.
What? This is perfect then, because you don't have to do much work here. They've done all the
No,
hard stuff.
yeah. Yeah, it's a lot different.
So
Anyway, I'll let you talk. Okay.
okay. Now, so this is just so you know, this is the flyer. And there is a link, you just do the Eventbrite. I have to get the
Mhm.
link and I get that sent out. But yeah, it's at the
Okay, cool.
Venetian, 25th. That's what it is, 25th. So
Yep,
good stuff.
25th. Okay, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll be
I'm
there.
gonna be traveling. I wish I could go, but I'll probably be in Texas at that time.
Oh,
Really, I hadn't
okay.
been to Vegas, so that would be nice.
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty awesome here.
So but good. No, I appreciate you. I'm glad that you came on and definitely, hopefully that you see some benefit there. And like I said, I'm available. I try my best to we set up a time, and if
Mhm.
if you got questions or like I said, it's okay. We know people kind of have questions. This is a new business model with the tokenization and the real world assets,
Mhm.
and there are other companies that have done similar things, but they haven't done it like E-Estates is doing it with the tokenization, with the blockchain services. And a lot of them use traditional rails, traditional companies like a bank or something like that. And that's what they
Right.
use kind of to support it. All right, Ali, what you got? It's all right. Okay. All right. Thank you, Christine. Anybody else?
How about Ma'am Marina? She's from Texas.
Okay, Marina. Yeah, Marina. I haven't. Yeah. Let's hear from Marina. Let's see. Hmm. Okay. Uh-oh. I
You
don't
can
know.
open your dashboard so they can see the picture.
She, yeah, she can't unmute. I don't know.
Your property.
Does she have any questions though that you know of?
I have invite from the Philippines.
Uh-oh. All right. That's okay. If she has a question and she wants to come on, then no problem. So Adrian, I know that it's what time is it? Uh-oh, might be kind of late on the East Coast, but if you have a moment, if you want, you can unmute and just give them a quick testimony on, hey, how's things going for you? Everything working out? If you're on vacation again, I mean, whatever you want to say.
Hey, you know how I roll. No, I'm actually at the house listening to all these fireworks out here. I can barely even hear. The fireworks are
Yeah.
going crazy. But
Oh, wow.
no, I tell you, if there's anybody on this call who's on the fence, get off the fence, because I'm here to tell you, as somebody who has been in many, many opportunities, I have to say this is one of the better ones, and it's proven to be quite lucrative.
Yeah.
And as
Wow.
Coach was saying, I don't have a big team. I have exactly 2 people. And
Wow.
once I told them about it, they were in. They didn't have to think about it. It was like, boom, sign me up. Now I'm working on a few others. And I get the people who say, well, let me check back in 6 months and see if you still there. They're okay. You check back in 6 months. Meanwhile, I'm traveling. I'm living my best life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it's working out nicely for me.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much. I'm just glad that you said, okay, you know what? Let's go for it. And man, it's been amazing. One of the things that I will say is that, Adrian was like key to me getting to level 4. And like I said, when you get over that threshold, oh my gosh, it's like everything else just opens up, and it's it's pretty amazing to see the way the numbers start to just add up very quickly. So don't look at the 0.3% and like, okay, I'm making $1 a day. Well, that's
No,
it gets really different, and it gets different pretty quick.
yeah.
But you just got to take charge and have a strategy that you want to implement. And you can grow your business pretty fast. So one of the things that I want to make sure, but thank you, Adrian. I appreciate that. One of the key things is, I mean, well, let me make sure who else we have. I don't know, Donna. I know Donna. We've we've had some challenges just to get you on board and get your monies moved around and all that good stuff. Not sure if you had a chance to listen in or you got any feedback, and if you got any more information from our call today. But if you do, if you have any comments, feel free to unmute. But yeah, if there anybody want to just give some comments about what you heard today, if you want to.
Hi, my name is Donna. I just wanted to share that we finally managed to sign up yesterday after a few days of waiting to waiting for my wallet to either work or my bank to release some funds. But with Rashid and Janet helping me, we are smooth sailing. I've yet to
Good.
see, what I made, but I'm looking forward to doing this.
Great. We appreciate that.
Thanks.
Like I said, some challenges, but we get through it. We're gonna, and my biggest, and based on, like I said, what Donna and this experience that we had, there's been a few times that we've had to go through, different wallets, and even Janet started, she had some challenges, and we worked through it, and now it's working, right? And that's what we tell people. It might be some bumps and bruises, but after it starts to work, it works, and it just doesn't shut off. It just keeps going. So definitely appreciate it. Definitely happy to have you on board. Donna, I
Thank
know,
you.
Janet has said some really, really nice things about you.
Well,
So hey, it's all good.
yeah. It takes one to know one, so that's good, right?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Awesome. Okay.
So which wallets work?
She was like,
Uh,
we need to make sure we get that figured out.
Well,
uh,
I don't want to go
You're
through all
right.
this drama. I hate drama.
No, no,
Definitely not
we're gonna
Coinbase for me.
no, you know what? I'm gonna tell you this, right? We're gonna have a separate training and we're gonna because that's what I was working on. I have put the slides together for Robinhood, and that's something that a lot of people don't even know about. And I know some people that did use that and they put in large amounts. So it does work. Then there's two or three others that I will set up actual training, tutorials, if you will. And so we can just go through that. So we'll have a training where we're going to just talk about, how to, the crypto, the wallets, and really the ones that work, walk through them, do some, buying and selling. We're going to do it all. And I want to have a separate call where we do the training on that. So absolutely. That's critical. That's absolutely critical.
Yeah, because I can't start until there's a wallet there.
So you have, but have you done any crypto transactions before, Christine?
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah,
you're good, right? I mean,
yeah. I know kind of what I'm doing. Yeah.
okay, because with the let me just do this. I mean, if it's okay, I mean, if anybody has to go or whatever, the presentation is done. If I'm on the West Coast, so it's a little earlier on my side, and I know Christine on this
Right.
side. But if anybody is on the East Coast, if it's late and you're like, hey, I gotta go, that's cool. But if you got any questions or if you want to learn a little bit more, then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do a little bit on my site, just so you can see the process. Um,
Right.
okay, so right here, what you see, right? If you logged in and everything, you'll have an opportunity. Let's see. Let me move this up. Okay. So you have, there it is. So you have the dashboard, buyer, agent, rewards, knowledge, or help center. So you have all this available to you. And
Mhm.
right now I'm on the buyer side. So if you want to
Okay.
purchase a property, one, you got to have a deposit in. So you have an e-wallet that you will deposit
Mhm.
into. Okay. So
Right.
any amount. So if you say, hey, look, I want to deposit $10,000 into my e-wallet, and then I'm going to make a purchase of a $3,000 property and a $1,000 property and whatever, then you have a place where you can put the money in and just hold it and then distribute it as you see fit. Right. So you can do
Mhm.
that. Now, this is the first property that we have listed. It's the Miami property. And if you look down here in
Mhm.
the middle, right under the picture, it shows you the profit per day, right? So you can
Okay.
see 0.32 to 0.52 per day. This is percent per day,
Mhm.
right? And so what it shows you over here is if
Mhm.
you did $10, you're going to make 4 cents a day. Now,
Right.
this is obviously the minimum. So if somebody says, you know what, I want to put $1,000 in there. Well, guess what? You can do that.
Mhm.
It's up to you, right?
Mhm.
So if somebody does that, then you see this 4.2, then it's 88 a month, then it's about $1,500. That's in the 18 months. So that total profit number is 18 months. Okay.
Mhm.
So with that, you can see that 1587 is more than 1,000. So you've obviously got your money back, maybe in about 11 months, maybe 12 months. You get that 1,000 back, and then the rest is just profit. So, but that's like
Mhm.
I said, that's on the low end because it's only 0.3 to 0.5% a day. Now,
Right.
you can do that, or you can say, I got a little bit. Let's look at this particular, because all these are sold out. So I have to go to the lake house, I think it is. So the lake house is 250. Okay.
Mhm.
So, and this one's in Lake House, it's in Oregon. Really nice, some nice pictures actually.
Mhm.
Let's kind of do that. I haven't done that in a while. So they got the pictures. You can kind of see the area. It's really amazing. Um, the inside, people can rent this out and, we make money. So no
Yeah.
problem, right? So that you can look at all of that. Then you can say, you know what? I like this property. This is 0.37 to 0.54. I think I want to do $800. You can do that. You see how much that you're going to make, and you can kind of just fill it out like that. And so this is something that you can decide. I have $6,000. How do I want to do this? If I want to buy one property, Or if I want to buy multiple properties, it's totally up to individual. So,
Mhm.
right. So, but we've sold out a lot of properties. So in the lower end. So right now, the Desert Villa is the next one, which is 1,000, right? Which is decent as well. So you're looking at 0.43 to 0.61% a day. Oh, you want this? Okay. Tell your brother to put some water on and tell Yusuf. Tell him to put some water on, and then we'll get you going. Okay, is that all right? You want to wait for me? I can maybe 15 minutes. Is that okay? You got some? There's a cookie on the. I'll have to get some. We'll go to the store. Okay. Sure. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Close that. Okay. So 0.43 to 0.61% a day. And you can, like I said, you can do whatever number you want. So if somebody puts $10,000 in there and they choose this property, because that 0.4, you got to think about this for a second. And when you're trying to establish what makes sense to your budget, right? What is it that I want to make? What is it that I'm able to afford? Then you look at the 0.4 to 0.6, and you're looking at 21 days a month. So what I look at is, if I put in 1,000 or 10,000 or whatever that number is, then what's the percentage that I'm going to get back per month? So that 0.4, let's say it's 0.5, for instance. If it's 0.5 times 20 days, you know that's about 10 to 11%, which is phenomenal, right? And so that kind of gives you a better way to assess how much you want to put in, how much you can earn, these type of things. And so that's kind of how I got started, and I start working on that. And when you have somebody that says, "Hey, I have 50,000 and I want to, maximize that amount," they can't put it, well, they can put it all in one. But the thing is, in the first buyers in the buyer level one, it's up to $10,000. You have to purchase something within that 10,000 or less. That's the rule, right? So you won't have the big wigs come in, and then ones that got hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they just come in and buy up all of the properties at the top, and it kind of leaves us kind of high and dry. So they don't want that to happen. So they said, no, no, no. Everybody starts at buyer level one. So with that, then it's up to 10,000 is that first purchase. Now, after you make that purchase, then it opens up buyer level two, which is up to the 25,000 and so on and so forth. And we can get into those as well. But that 0.43 to 0.6. So if you're looking at about 0.5, then you know that per month you're looking at about 10 or 11%. And then you can work your numbers kind of accordingly and say, you know what, if I can afford $5,000, then I know they're going to make about 10, maybe 11% on this a month. Does that work for you? Is that comfortable? Are you good with that? And then that kind of moves you forward with your decision. But it does help you to kind of make a decision on how much you want to invest. So you don't look at this and say, oh, okay, this one is 1,000. Okay, let me get 1,000. And you haven't worked it out. If you know that you have a certain number, you can use your number and just figure out which one you want to put that in, or multiple ones. Right? It gives you some leeway to do that. Now, then we can go in and look at, so that's the Desert Villa. So the Maui, this one just sold out, like literally yesterday. That was a really, really good property. Came on not too long ago, and yep, sold out yesterday. So you're looking at a pretty good return on that one. But the one that I talk about the most is obviously the LA Villa. 3120. To me, that's like a good place, kind of middle of the road, and you're looking at a nice return. So when you start to see the, $16 to $19 per day, it means something. It's like, okay, yeah, I can see myself buying lunch with that, or I can see myself getting some gas with this per month, or buying groceries that now I don't have to come out of this account. I can actually just grab my profits and do things that I wasn't able to do before. So it kind of gives you enough to actually feel the change and a little bit of freedom, a little breathing room That's the way I look at this particular property and the profits from it. It gives you a little breathing room. I'm not saying that you have to squeeze out that money. I'm just saying I think is a good place to start if you're serious about growing your money and actually seriously doing this so you can benefit, so you can change, things in your life. It's a good place to start. And then it just kind of goes up from there. This is where Adrian, she really, really loved this property and got multiple of these, and that really kind of set her free pretty much. This is a new one, the Sunset Villa. So this is a buyer level 2 side. The Sunset Villa, this was recently posted up. And so if you did, come in, you got to do buyer level 1 up to 10,000. And then the next purchase, let's say you had 25,000 that you wanted to buy some property with. The first 10 you can actually purchase within the buyer level 1. Anything up to 10,000, which we got the 3120, and we have the 1,000, and we have the 250 and the $10. So you can purchase anything in that buyer level 1. Then you can take that other 15 and purchase a Sunset Villa. And that's going to bring you, and you can see the difference, right? Buyer level 1, you're looking at up to about $400. Buyer level 2, you're looking at, about $2,000 a month. You're talking $96 a day. There are so many people that don't make $96 a day working 12 hours, let alone making it on autopilot, hands-free. If you get up at 9 o'clock, if you get up at 7, if you get up at noon, that $96 average is going to keep coming in with or without you doing anything, right? And that's the beauty of tokenized real estate investing. You don't need to be managing the property. The company already got that covered. Beautiful thing. So you're looking at 0.6 to 0.69% a day, and you earn that every single day for about 20 days per month, and you make your money back in about 7 or 8 months time frame, because it is a floating percentage. It's not one number. It could be 0.6 up to 0.69. So we don't know if it's 7 months, might be 8 months, but that's kind of the range, right? And now after you get to that level and you Alejandro, did you have a question? Okay, no problem. All right, Sunset Villa's there. Business, so that one sold out. That was 25,000, right? And the land plot is the next one. So this one's the next buyer level up, and that one's 51,310. So that's another one. So I don't judge people. I don't know what people have in their pockets. I don't know what they want to invest. That's not what I do. I just bring awareness to the fact that if I could show you how you can invest in real estate and reduce the time to make that decision, to make that purchase and start earning from 90 days down to 90 seconds, then this is one of the ways you can do it. How do we do that in 90 seconds? You come here, you say, I want to purchase, I got $55,000. I want to use 51,000 to purchase this. You look at it, you see that you're going to make about $400 a day, and you're going to make about $8,000 a month. After 5 to 6 months, you got your money back, and then you continue to earn and pretty much 3x your money over the 18 months. You hit buy property, and guess what? Within 90 seconds, you have purchased that property. 24 hours later, you're going to see over $400 profit in your main balance. Simple as that, right? And I think I got three people. I think I got 3 people that's purchased this one as well. That's pretty amazing when you see that happen. So, and then all of them tell you over the last 7 days, this is what it looked like. So you got an idea of how much they're paying per day. So it gives you the average over the last 7 days as well, which is really good. So you can, so these are just some of the things that you'll see when you open up your account, you go into your back office, you have the same opportunity to see the exact same information that I'm looking at, no different. Everything is there, right? The one thing that I will kind of show you is my assets, just to give you an idea what they look like. So here is, so it gives you, like I said, the last 7 days, right? One day, I think Monday. So we were at 680 on Monday. So for some reason it was a little lower, but it came in. These are just from my properties every day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I don't know what that 15 cent for today is, or I don't know, tomorrow. It's like, I don't know. So that's basically the last 5 days. I don't know why I said 7 days, but the last 5 days, this is what my properties have done. And these are the totals that I've earned from each property. So one of the things I want to show you when I talk about multiple, you can purchase the properties multiple times. So the Miami property, I have one here. And oh no, this is where it shows. It shows it down here. Yeah. So each time I made the purchase, so I purchased it here on the 27th, $100 worth. I did it on the 6th, $300 worth. I did it on May 17th, $10. So it records every single time that you make a purchase, right? I did the land plot. So it's only been, so the third, okay, it's been about a month. So we can see based on a month, what did I make in a month with this particular property? So it shows you that I averaged about 400 or whatever. And that was cool. But right here, it gives you that total, right? The 25,000, it's been, so 22nd. So made about 5 on that. Land plot, the 52,000. So I made, so in 1 month, so it's been, like I said, the 31st, and this is the 3rd. So a couple of days, over 10,000 in 1 month with this particular property. So you see, that's what was so attractive to me was, so you're telling me with this property, I can make this passively? I'm like, oh my gosh, like, so don't sit there and look at it and be like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna get to that? Or how am I gonna make that? There's no secret. This is exactly what happens every single day. It's there. I don't, it's like, oh my gosh, it's there. So every day, 15:15, every day at 3:15 Central Time, that's credited to my account. And this is exactly what you'll be seeing as well, right? So that's what's beautiful about it is there's no secret. It's happening. The numbers are there. There's no twisting nobody's arm. This is what it looks like every single day, right? And everything that happens in your account, obviously there's a record of it. You can see all of that. Those are all of my the profit commissions that come from my organization, right? And then it tells you basically how much you've purchased, right? So all of that information is available to you. All you do is go in your back office, you see it, you're like, okay, I got this. And every day you'll see my assets, right? Today is Friday, so it's a day, that you get paid. Whenever you made the purchase is when the same time the next day, as long as it's Monday through Friday, then you should see your profits. All right. So yeah, that's what that little wheel is. It just kind of shows you that. And yeah, I mean that's, oh yeah. So you can, okay, this is the last thing. Right here, it has the ETK balance. So we did talk about ETK as bonus tokens, right? So you get bonus tokens when you go up a level 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's other challenges. If you log into your website, right, for, I don't know if it's 10 days or 20 days or something, as long as you log in that many times, then you're going to earn tokens that you can spin this wheel. So it's just a lot of ways you can earn tokens. You don't have to, buy anything or do anything drastic, and you will earn tokens. Now, claim daily rewards. So you get rewards as well. So this is a little gamification just to, give back, say, hey, thank you. And you can earn a little bit off of this. I've never gotten $100. I've never gotten 1,000. I would love to. It'd be nice, good gift. But this is cool because right here, you say I got 7,177 tokens. And right here, it says I have some type of reward to claim. Okay, so I hit collect. Wow, that's the first time I've gotten that much. So 7,000, so I got what, 6? Like what? Okay, I normally I get like 1 or 2. So I got 6 tokens just from daily distribution. Like you never know. So that's something. Now over here, I can spin the wheel. One spin equals 100 ETK. So if I hit this button, it spins and it gives me $1. So you can do that, as long as you got 100 in there, you can spin the wheel and you'll just kind of say, how much are you going to give me today? 50 cents. That's normally what I get. So we'll just add that to my money.
Me too.
That's all I get. I ain't never got no real money out of that one.
I think
They're
I
not
got
giving that up.
$5 one time, maybe $5.
It's kind of like, okay, that's all I get. Okay. But no worries. But yeah, hey, Anthony is here. So, but that's how it works. I mean, like I said, there's no secret. I mean, this is the best opportunity to earn any amount that you so desire. I mean, you pick and you go for it. And
Guess I could have said that I was doing my 6th successful withdrawal while I was on the call with you today.
see, there you go. See, there you go. Look, if y'all didn't know, see, Anthony has done his 6th successful withdrawal, right? And how long did it take? And
I did it while we were on the call. I had actually already moved it to my e-wallet. So just from my e-wallet to my real wallet, it took maybe a whole minute, maybe 2.
a whole minute. Oh my gosh. That's so awesome. I love it, man. I love it. All right. Well, thank you, man. That's good information. Like I said, Adrian, I appreciate you. Donna,
Somebody
I'm so
asked about the
excited.
promo.
I know what we ain't got no promo going on. Unless you have $255,000. No, I'm kidding. The promo is the $1,000. Yeah, I forgot. I should have talked about that. There's a promo for $1,000. Now, here's the great thing. Let's say you have $5,000 and you say, you know what? I wanna do 1,000 and I want to use 5,000, but I want this promo. So you can actually take 5,000 and you can take 1,000 and purchase, then come back later, do it again. If you do it separately, you can get the 250 bonuses over and over and over. If you just do 5,000 one time, then it's only going to be one 250 bonus. So the 250 bonus is the property, obviously. So you purchase a $1,000 property, you get the 250 property behind that for free. But here's the thing, right? What I've done is, anybody that has asked about that, I say run the numbers, because if you have 3,000 that you want to put in, or 5,000, would it be better to purchase the 1,000 numerous times and get the 250, or purchase the 3,120 and something else, if you so desire, because the percentages are going to tell you how much you're going to make. That's the key. So, you may be making, let's say, for instance, you may make 4.8% with, multiple properties and the bonuses. But if you do it with the $3,000 property, because the percentage per day is higher, you may make more on that. Let's say you make 5.2% per day with that, plus a couple of other ones that total your deposit, versus doing 5 of the 1,000 and getting the 250 for free. So you just got to look at the numbers and see if it makes sense. I did that with another one, and the 3,120 was a better deal. So you just have to kind of gauge which one makes sense to you. Same amount of money. It's just that the numbers may come out better one way or the other. You just got to run it and see. But there is a promo. You buy a $1,000 property, you get the 250 along with that. So you're getting basically 2 for 1. Cool. So yeah, that's what that is. John Fritz, are you busy? You look busy. I think you're busy. I don't want you to, take away from your busyness.
Yes,
But if
we
you're
are
not busy,
busy.
what's going on, man?
Yes, about to go home.
Oh, very good. All right. Well, I mean, any wise words for the audience?
I got off guard now.
That's all right, man. I'm just messing with you. Now, John is he's pretty much the head guy over here, so doing his thing. But he's tied up right now, but he took the time to be on the call, so I appreciate that. But yeah, we're doing great. You know, San Diego is starting to pick up speed, and we might be doing some live events sometime in the near future, which is something I just didn't know that we would ever be doing here in San Diego, but looks like we might be doing that here pretty soon. And so keep that on your radar. All right, folks, we've been on this thing 2 hours. I will definitely be available if anybody has any questions, concerns, comments, anything like that. Definitely reach out to the person that invited you, see if you can get your questions answered. If not, then I'm happy to assist. All right, folks. Until next time, we are